The rain had been falling for hours, turning the city streets into a maze of glistening puddles. Sophie pulled her coat tighter around her as she hurried down the sidewalk, her arms wrapped around a stack of books. She had been walking home from the library when the storm hit, and now she was soaked to the bone. As she reached a crosswalk, she noticed an elderly man sitting on a bench under a tiny overhang, shivering in his threadbare sweater. His hands trembled as he clutched a newspaper, trying to shield himself from the downpour. Sophie hesitated for only a moment before making a decision. She stepped toward the man, pulled her umbrella from her bag, and handed it to him. "You need this more than I do," she said with a small smile. The man looked up, his tired eyes widening with surprise. "Oh, no, dear. I couldn't take it from you," he said. "Please," Sophie insisted. "I'll be okay. My house is just a few blocks away." For a moment, the man simply stared at her. Then his eyes softened, and a tear slid down his cheek. "Thank you," he whispered. "You have no idea how much this means to me." Sophie smiled again and turned to leave, but the man called after her. "Young lady, what's your name?" "Sophie," she replied. He nodded. "Sophie, you've given me more than just an umbrella today. You've given me hope." Sophie walked the rest of the way home in the rain, her heart warm despite the cold. She didn't know that the man would later tell his story to a kind stranger who offered him a job, changing his life. She only knew that, in a moment when someone needed kindness, she had chosen to give it. And that was enough.